Alright guys, welcome back to the channel. Hope you guys are doing fantastic. Check it out. I got a Glock 17 and my M&P 9 right here. And I just wanted to put it side by side in case some of you guys are wondering about these two pistols. I have talked about this in the past, but I don't think I have it in an individual video kind of style, right? Glock 17 versus M&P 9. Kind of give you the Glocks versus M&Ps if you want to put it that way. And we're going to talk about this for a little bit, right? Because I'm going to tell you, I love my Glocks. I had a Glock 17 for home defense for a long time. I carry my Glock 43. My wife loved the Glock 42. You got to pretty much, you know, get into an argument to be able to get it, right? Because she loved carrying that pistol. But again, you know, I love the Glocks, but the M&Ps to me, since I came across M&Ps, I'm going to tell you, I have been such a fan. I have been really a fan of this pistol. And you know what? I think that the M&Ps has a couple things that is just better than the Glock. And I know that's going to bring some issues. I know somebody is going to get mad at me. Somebody's going to tell me, what are you doing, Fabian? What's going on? Glock is king. And man, I own many Glocks. But I'm going to tell you, the M&Ps are great. They're a great pistol. Open your mind to other things in life. Before I get into that and upset a couple of you guys, make sure you subscribe to the channel. There's going to be a link down there. You can subscribe. You can become a patron. All that good stuff. And in this video, we're going to give a shout out to Core Essentials because Core Essentials is a great company that supports the Jarhead 6 channel. So this video is brought to you by Core Essentials, and I'm going to tell you, Core Essentials is a fantastic company putting out fantastic belts, great customer service. They have leather belts, they have tactical belts, and now they have this really cool Western belts, kind of like an old school, kind of like cowboy kind of looking belts. I got two here in the channels, and they look just fantastic. Really excited to test them out. So you're going to be able to carry a setup up to 6 pounds. It's your basic 1.5 wide. Again, you're gonna have like 40 plus different sizes, and you're gonna be able to make those small adjustments that Core Essential is known for. You're not gonna have any holes or anything like that in your belts. You're gonna have that hidden track that Core Essential is pretty famous for having. And I'm gonna tell you, they have some cool belt buckles. You could pick your belt, you could pick your buckle, and you can make it your own. You can make it look really cool depending on what you want, how you want it, and all that. Obviously, it's going to have 30-day money-back guarantee, 1-year warranty. Check it out. It's going to be a link down below and also a discount code. All right, there you have it. I'm going to tell you, you know, there's a lot of things going on, Christmas and all that. Core Essentials, they got great belts, so make sure you check them out and buy a belt. They are fantastic. So how many times did I say fantastic, by the way? So here, before I get into anything, check it out. Glock 17 and M&P 9s. Let's just put this to the side so we're going to have a conversation. And let's talk about this gun right here, because I'm going to tell you, this gun is so awesome. This gun is just awesome. And really, these two firearms are more into their duty, right? Like if you are a police officer or something like that, great home defense, fighting pistols. You could fight with these two pistols, right? Obviously, we never want to fight with a pistol. A pistol should be utilized to fight yourself back into the rifle. But this is fighting pistols right here, right? If I had to pick any pistol to fight, this would be like some of my top choices, right? So again, you know, Glock 17 right here. What a fantastic pistol. 17 rounds. This is the Generation 4. I mean, it's just great. Obviously, this one is the MOS. And if you're not aware, the MOS give you the ability to mount an optic, right? And you know what? I'm not a fan of it. You know, I know a lot of you guys here on YouTube see the ninjas, you know, doing ninja stuff. They do all this right here. Whatever that is. But I'm going to tell you, me personally, I'm not a fan of ninja tactics and this right here. I mean, it looks cool. It looks fantastic. Super accurate. I'm going to tell you, if you have that dot on target, you're going to hit the target. Very, very accurate. But the follow-on shots is something that you really need a lot of training on. So, again, a lot of times you see things like this. It looks cool. But remember, there's a lot of training involved into that. But, again, you know, the Glock 17 is just such an amazing pistol. If you get one, you really can't go wrong with it. You know, you got 17 rounds. It feels good in your hands. It's not the most ergonomic pistol ever. I do prefer the M&Ps for that. But again, it feels just okay. A lot of people say it feels like a block. Maybe it does feels like a block. But again, good enough to hold it and put rounds down range, right? So again, the trigger is okay. It's not the best trigger out there, but it's a pretty decent trigger, I guess, if you want to put it that way. It's good enough. But the thing about this Glocks is that there's so many things out there for you to fix or for you to replace and things like that. I mean, your options, guys, are just crazy. I mean, anything you could think about it or about is probably out there. Obviously, you have your rail right here to put your weapon slide, kind of like I have in the M&P right here. And again, to me, one of the things that I always says in Glocks specifically is that the sights are plastic, and you can see it right there. The sights are plastic, right? So really not that good, right? Front side plastic. I mean, are you gonna break him? Most likely, nah. None of you guys do like any crazy ninja stuff to be able to break sights, right? Maybe some of you guys do, but the majority of people don't do that. Don't do that. So again, they're plastic. You could replace him for about $100, even less than that. You could get some nice sights, and again, not a big deal. Serrations to me is just not that great, and the slide feels a little bit slippery. Like if you grab it, it is a little bit slippery. So again, it's a nice pistol. It's a good pistol. Works great. It's dependable, reliable, fantastic. I mean, it does what it does, and it does it well. Now, looking at the M&P right here, right? And I'm going to tell you, I'm a big fanboy of the M&Ps. And this is one of the reasons why I like the M&Ps more than the Glocks right here. And again, this is the first, actually not the first generation. This one right here is the core, M&P 9 core, which stands for competition ready. And if you see, it has the mounts right here to put an optic. And this one actually has high sights or actually suppressed sights. And the reason why, obviously, you have those suppressed sights is because you have your threaded barrel, right? So again, you have your suppressed sights. Threaded barrel is already ready for essentially an optic or something like that, or an optic. And I just haven't done it because I'm really not so much of a fan of optics no more, right? So I'm really not. So again, I'm never gonna put an optic in this thing, and it is what it is. Obviously, you have the light here. I kind of flash my cell. You have your light mount to be able to put a light, and I put a TLR1 HL. I work with Streamlight a lot, but before Streamlight know who Jarhead 6 was, back in the days before they knew who I was buying their stuff. And actually, I think I bought this light by myself or myself. And again, I have another one here from Streamlight that I will be doing a review pretty soon. But again, Streamlight is a great product. There's a lot of manufacturers out there making holsters and all that stuff. So again, 17 rounds. Again, to me, this thing right here, specifically in some of the old M&Ps, the serrations, not serration, but the stippling, I think it's called, is a little bit, I guess on par with the Glock. Nothing to brag about it. I know the new generation have been pretty strong, and I heard some people saying things such as, if you're gonna carry this gun, it may kind of like irritate your skin and things like that. Not really worry about it. This to me is not really a carry pistol. It's a home defense pistol, like I said. And again, if I would carry this gun, I probably would carry it outside the waistband, and it will be more in the type of setup that will be like a fighting setup kind of style. But again, some of the new M&Ps is really aggressive, which is great because, once again, it's supposed to be aggressive enough that you're supposed to get a really nice purchase of the firearm, right? So again, maybe a little bit uncomfortable in your skin, but once again, it is what you need in order to hold that pistol properly, right? So again, this one right here, the core is really not much of a big deal. It actually feels pretty good. So again, 17 rounds, works great. One of the things, and I'm just gonna put it here next to the Glock, just to point out a couple things that I like more about the M&Ps compared to the Glock. And it's just a couple things that, once again, I have complained about in the past, and maybe I'm just complaining. It is what it is. The first thing is going to be the sights. I already said that. The Glock has plastic sights, and you see them right there. But again, the M&Ps come with metal sights. So to me, right there, that's kind of like superior. Obviously, having better sights is just a better thing, and who's gonna complain about that, right? So again, to me, the M&Ps, the size is just way better. And the thing about this that I want to mention before I continue is that the Glock has a couple great things, and obviously it's the fact that it's popular, the fact that it's a lot of holsters, a lot of accessories. I mean, anything you could find. But at this point, 2020 December, the M&Ps do the same thing. So again, you're gonna be able to find a lot of things for the M&Ps with no issues. In this M&P that I have, me personally, I got a holster with a light bearing or a light bearing holster with no issues at a good price. I mean, sights, triggers, you name it. So when it comes to being popular, yeah, you could argue that maybe the Glock is more popular, but nevertheless, the M&Ps are super popular as well. People love them, and a lot of police department use them just as well as they use the Glock. So, for some of the preppers out there that say, well, cops use them, so I want to be able to have them. I mean, it's the same thing with the M&P. They are as popular as the Glock. They have accessories enough, just like a Glock. They are easy to break down, just like a Glock. I mean, again, they are reliable, dependable, they work great. They are all over the place. I mean, really, at this point, they're pretty much on par, on my opinion. Maybe the Glock, maybe it's like a 10, and this is like a 9.8. But again, when it comes to those stuff, it's pretty much the same. So, again, that's just my opinion. I could be completely wrong about that. But again, better sights on the M&Ps. What else is better? Ergonomics. I mean, look at this thing. I mean, I'm holding this thing, and I'm going to tell you right now, it feels like it's part of my hands. I always like the ergos on the M&Ps. Like, I'm holding it. I have, really, this part right here, how it comes out like this. It feels good in my hand. Now, it may be my hands. Maybe your hands are totally different, but in my case, my hands are just amazing. It feels way better than the Glock. The Glock just doesn't feel as good as this. Obviously, feels a little bit more blocky compared to this one. Feels more like it's part of my hand. And the other thing that I really love about the M&Ps compared to the Glock is the serration. So look at this serration right here. It's like fish scales compared to this. Look at that. So I really like the serrations, and this slide doesn't feel as slippery as the Glock it does. I mean, right here feels a little bit, but it feels like you could have better control of the slide, in my opinion. So again, a couple things that may not be a big deal at all. It may be just something that I'm complaining about, something that I think it is what it is. But in my opinion, the M&Ps are so much better than the Glocks so far. At least these M&P 9s versus Glock 17s and things like that, or the full-size pistols, they are so great. They are so reliable, so dependable, so popular in the market, just like the Glocks. But again, they have a couple things that, in my opinion, is just a little bit better. Better size, better ergos, and better serrations at a bare minimum. You could argue that the trigger's a little bit better. On the M&P 2.0s, I shot them, and to me, the trigger, if I remember correctly, the trigger is probably a little bit better than the Glocks. So, again, that's my opinion. I don't know if my opinion is right. I don't know if it's the right opinion. I don't know if I'm anything. I'm not an expert or anything. I'm just a guy in my spare room making videos to entertain you. So, anyways, let me know what you think. Put comments down below. And as always, gotta send control.